pressure meets powder.
Empire strikes south.
When law meets lawlessness, something has to give.
Venezuela on the brink, in theaters now.
The President of the United States just threatened military action against a foreign nation, and nobody's talking about it. When CBS asked Trump point blank if we're going to war with Venezuela, his response sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles. Maduro's days are numbered. That's what he said with a smile that meant business. But this goes way beyond Venezuela. Operation Pacific Viper is hunting cartel speedboats like enemy combatants. 5,000 pounds of drugs seized, 60 narco-terrorists captured, 10,000 new ICE officers being hired. The Supreme Court just handed Trump the Alien Enemies Act. What you're witnessing isn't law enforcement anymore, it's warfare, and Trump is not asking permission. And while Trump wages war on the cartels poisoning our communities, it's more important than ever to take care of the body that God gave you. The stress of watching our nation under siege can age you fast, but there's something proven to fight back. In a recent clinical trial, women who took 2.5 grams of collagen peptides daily for 8 weeks saw a 25% reduction in eye wrinkle depth. That's real science delivering real results. My friends at BioTrust understand that when cartels flood our streets with poison, we need to fortify ourselves with health. Their ageless multi-collagen uses 5 premium types of collagen to help reduce wrinkles and strengthen your body from within. I've seen the results myself: smoother skin, better joints, and the vitality to keep fighting for America. While Trump battles the cartels destroying our youth, you can battle the effects of stress on your body. Get BioTrust Ageless Multi-Collagen for 51% off at healthwithgary.com, plus free coaching, a free skin health ebook, and a 60-day guarantee. Visit healthwithgary.com today. It's linked down below. Now, this video just dropped 7 hours ago. Operation Pacific Viper, U.S. military capturing a narco drug runner in speedboat takedown, seizing 5,000 pounds of drugs, arresting 55-plus narco-terrorists. Check this out.
Recording. They're jettisoned. Get out! Come on! Get on the ground! Be slow! Get out! Be slow! Be slow! Be slow! Get out! Don't move!
Oh, yeah.
Boss gun.
Look at that speedboat. Look at all the drugs. Holy cow, that is insane. U.S. Coast Guard footage just dropping. Oh, yeah. More winning. U.S. military seizes over 100,000 pounds of additional drugs in Operation Pacific Viper. Yes, there's a new sheriff in town. Smuggle drugs and traffic children at your own risk. What's this? Oh, yeah. It's happening, folks. Coast Guard seizes 100,000 pounds. Fox News reporting. Look at this footage, man. These guys are going to war against the cartels. This is wild stuff, man. It's happening right now. CBS asks, are we going to war against Venezuela? President Trump's response.
Not only on drugs.
Are we going to war against Venezuela?
I doubt it. I don't think so, but they've been treating us very badly, not only on drugs. They've dumped hundreds of thousands of people into our country that we didn't want. People from prisons, they emptied their prisons into our country. They also, if you take a look, they emptied their mental institutions and their insane asylums into the United States of America because Joe Biden was the worst president in the history of our country.
Are we going to war against Venezuela?
I doubt it. I don't think so.
I doubt it, he says. I don't think so, he says. But when he was asked this...
Land strikes. Are Maduro's days as president numbered?
I would say, yeah. I think so, yeah.
And this issue of potential land strikes in Venezuela, is that true?
I don't tell you that. I mean, I'm not saying it's true or untrue, but I wouldn't.
Why would
I
we
wouldn't
do
be
it?
inclined to say that I would do that, but because I don't talk to a reporter about whether or not I'm going to strike.
Are Maduro's days as
Like he's going to start telegraphing that to the reporter. Here's the president 24 hours ago on Air Force One talking about Venezuela.
For those strikes, you said that it's not true that you've made a decision on striking in Venezuela. Are there actual plans for those strikes in the near future?
Well, how can I answer a question like that? Are there plans for a strike on Venezuela? Who would say that? Supposing there were, would I say that to you? We have very secret plans. Who would say that? What kind of a question is it? Look, we'll see what happens with Venezuela. Venezuela sent us thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people from prisons, from mental institutions, drug addicts, and so did other countries. That's the bad. I mean, other countries did it too, because we were run by very stupid people, very, very stupid people. Biden was the worst president in the history of our country by far. We had open borders, and many countries, the Congo, many countries, they sent their prisoners. They sent prisoners. They sent drug dealers. They sent drug addicts. They sent anybody that they didn't want. They sent them through our country. And Venezuela was one of the worst abusers.
I think Trump is going to take this to the mainland. Emoluments clause, Velshi. It's important to note that drug trafficking is not a crime punishable by death. Killing people as if they're wartime combatants instead of arresting them is illegal under international law because there's been no declaration of war. Of course, this is one of your CNN reporters.
And there was evidence. Waters, 8 in the southern Caribbean Sea off the coast of Venezuela, 6 in the eastern Pacific Ocean. The government has put forth no evidence that these boats are carrying drugs or that they're heading for the United States or that the people
yeah, really? They put forth no evidence. Okay.
Involved are drug runners or part of a drug cartel. It's important to note that drug trafficking is not a crime punishable by death in the United States, assuming the case was actually adjudicated and there was evidence and there was actually a suspect named. Killing people as if they are wartime combatants.
Well, they've all been declared terrorists, so they're operating under that. Remember when the blood-sucking Democrats hired 87,000 IRS agents to hunt down American taxpayers? Internal Revenue Service agents are now detailed at the Department of Homeland Security. Ho, ho, ho.
Move. Crossing moments ago, IRS agents could soon be going on immigration raids. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem asking the Treasury Department to deputize their agents to help arrest and remove migrants from the United States. So far, no response on this plan from the Treasury.
Director of ICE just sends shivers down the spine of every far-left Democrat in America. Deportation is about to skyrocket.
Is that we're going to go
Not far enough mean? What more is the administration hoping for here?
Well, Sandra, I think the first thing that we're hoping for is that we're going to go out, we're going to be focusing on those criminal aliens, but we're going to work with those state and local partners that want to work with us, right? We've seen great results in Operation Midway Blitz, just, what Secretary Noem announced, that what we did with our partners in Indiana. And we're going to, state and locals that want to work with us, we're going to have a large scope now where we're going to go ahead and identify as many of these illegal aliens as we can, and we're going to take action on them. No one's off the table. We're going to use all the tools in the toolbox. We have great federal partners. Department of Justice has been outstanding with us, and we are going to team up with everyone that wants to work with us, and we're going to go out there and keep the president's promise to make sure that we have one of the largest deportation efforts ever.
Heard obvious.
And of course, the IRS going to be joining the fight there too. That's just freaking wild. Here's a crowd taunting Border Patrol agents as an arrest takes a violent turn. DHS says a suspect physically assaulted an agent after aggressively tailgating a Border Patrol vehicle. This happened in Evanston, and it caused a crash. What an idiot. Of course, this is in Evanston, Illinois. Evanston, Illinois, man. All those white knights living up there think they can mess around. Here, check this out. Here's another angle. Far left extremists crashing into a DHS vehicle to try to stop immigration officials. One of the riders opened the door to try to help the suspect escape. Listen to them all blowing their whistles. Oh, no, blow the whistle. Oh, one dude got maced. Oh. Hey! Let me see that again. Oh. Yeah. You mess around and you're going to find out. All the way up in Evanston. 24 hours ago, Supreme Court ruling allows Trump to invoke the Alien Enemies Act.
Enemies Act. Now we have a Fox News alert. The Supreme Court just cleared the way for Trump to deport illegals even faster. The High Court ruled that Trump can use the Alien Enemies Act to send Venezuelan gangbangers to a mega prison in El Salvador. This is a huge ruling in Trump's favor and a major win for the country. After, as you know, D.C. Judge James Boasberg ordered a stop to the deportations. So this is pretty significant. These deportations, Caroline, can keep going.
This is a massive legal victory, Jesse, a massive victory for law and order and for our constitutional republic and the sovereignty of the United States of America. We called on the Supreme Court to rein in these activist judges like Judge Boasberg, who was completely out of line in trying to say that the president didn't have the executive authority to deport foreign terrorists off of our soil. We have always maintained the position at the White House that the president was well within his constitutional authority to do so. And this decision proves that President Trump and our administration have always been right from the beginning. He will continue to utilize the Alien Enemies Act to remove foreign terrorists and Tren de Aragua members, vicious gang members from American communities. And because of this ruling, the United States of America is a much safer place. Our team will get to work tomorrow to deport these heinous, violent foreign terrorists from our neighborhoods.
And you had another couple critical wins in the court with regard to DOJ. Tell us about those. That seems to be making progress.
Yes, absolutely. There have been many wins that the mainstream media has failed to cover, particularly over the weekend. The Supreme Court also ruled that the president does, in fact, have the authority over federal funding, that he can dictate what funds can go out the door and what can't, so long as they are part of the executive branch. So we have always, again, maintained that every executive order the president has signed, every executive action that he has taken has been well within his executive authority. And DOJ is doing a tremendous job at cutting back at the waste and the fraud and the abuse that have been ripping off American taxpayers, that have not been aligned with our interests here in our country. So we're going to continue the president's agenda. Again, he's well within his constitutional authority.
Well within his constitutional authority to do all these things, but they're going to continue to try to block him. Here is President Trump on that 60 Minutes interview.
Used in a Chicago. More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough because we've been held back by the judges, by the liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
You're okay with those tactics?
Yeah, because you have to get the people out. You know, you have to look at the people. Many of them are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their countries because they were, criminals.
More recently,
Here is more on that interview President Trump.
We have to.
Is it your intent to deport people who do not have a criminal record?
We have to start off with a policy, and the policy has to be you came into the country illegally, you're going to go out. However, you've also seen you're going to go out, we're going to work with you, and you're going to come back into our country legally.
Is it your intent?
Yeah, self-deport. You don't have to be ripped out of your home. Simply just report and get deported, and then you can come back. Here's ICE shooting a suspect who attempted to ram agents during a traffic stop in California.
We're over Ontario about 6:30 this morning here in the 2800 block of South Vineyard. According to Ontario PD, they responded to an officer needs assistance call and an officer-involved shooting. We believe the officers in question were federal agents, DHS, Department of Homeland Security, and FBI. It's unclear if anyone was struck by gunfire. Ontario PD is only here to secure the scene. There's another scene, though, inside the Country Meadows Mobile Home Park.
It is on, baby. Liberals are now claiming ICE is using long-range acoustical devices, which is designed to project focused sound waves over long distances. Let's listen here.
All right, they got an armored vehicle over there. Apparently it has microwave technology or something. But people who have been near it say they feel really ill afterwards. So, yeah. They have some pepper spray and tear gas too. Been deployed some for my mask. A very large police force over there, though. All right, they got an armored vehicle over.
So it's happening from Venezuela to Evanston to D.C. President Trump is cleaning house. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. My friends, this is what America First looks like with teeth. For years, Biden treated cartels like misunderstood social workers. Trump's treating them like enemy combatants because that's what they are. Operation Pacific Viper isn't catching drug dealers. It's destroying a narco-terror network that's killed more Americans than every war combined. When liberal media cries about international law, remember this: cartels declared war on our kids first. They flood our streets with fentanyl, dump their soldiers across our border, and turn American cities into war zones. Now they're learning what happens when America fights back. The ICE director hiring 10,000 officers. Venezuelan gangs are heading back to prisons. When Ali Velshi whines that killing traffickers is illegal, tell that to 100,000 Americans dead from overdoses. So here's the question for the comments. Should Trump use military force to destroy cartel operations in Mexico? Yes or no? Let's have a conversation. You can support the fight. Check out our merch shop. It's linked in the description.